Welcome back to the channel, good friends. Brian from Apex Auction Car Reconditioning. This is going to be the second video of this short fun series. This is just a fun comparison. I picked up 4 new wheel cleaners, new to me, new to the shop, that haven't been on the channel before. So we have 4 dirty wheels, right, on this old auction vehicle with a ton of miles. These wheels have caked on brake dust, haven't been cleaned in probably a year or two. So I thought we would dedicate each of the cleaners that I picked up to a wheel, clean each wheel, compare and see which one does the best at cleaning it, just have a little fun. Nothing serious, nothing to, not a series to put down a certain wheel cleaner, but we can maybe see which one has the strongest formula. Today, we are going to take a look at the Americana Global Wheel and Tire Cleaner. So unlike the first one, which is that was a very strong alkaline wheel cleaner. This is a wheel and tire 2-in-1 product. So if the price is right, that may be up your alley if you're just starting out, just starting a mobile detailing service. You want to keep your overhead down, you want to keep your costs down. So products that do more than one chore for you for the price of one, that may be appealing to you. So let's get started with the video. On the old Subaru here, baked on brake dust, it's pitted. The brake dust is caked and baked into the pitted surface. And that's pretty much the same for all 4 wheels. They are all equally bad and haven't been cleaned in a long time, except for this one here. Look how bright that one got. That was our first wheel cleaner that we tried, and it's probably going to be hard to beat because if we get up close, we see that it cleaned all of that grime out of the pitted areas where the finish is worn away. And again, that was the Kokemi AWH. So I'm anxious to see if this next one is going to be able to cut it and really get in there and deep clean that wheel. I'm hoping so. I'm expecting good things. Okay, so the Americana Global Wheel and Tire Cleaner. It's about $23 or so for a 16-ounce or 500 milliliter container, and this is a 2-in-1. Now, this is meant to be a foamer, where the first one was meant to be a wetting agent, so they didn't want it to foam at all. So there's 2 different ideas going here, and we'll see which one kind of works on the front wheels. A foaming product does cling, yes, but it's not making complete contact with the wheel, where a wetting agent, the wetness is just covering the whole surface. So I'm anxious to see how this differs. And again, this is a 2-in-1, so it's going to be able to clean. This has real deep browning in it, probably from when they actually did wash it a year or 2 ago and had a tire dressing on there, and then it got covered with dirt. So we'll do the wheel, we'll spray the tire, we'll see how it cleans both, and I'm anxious to see how it performs. For optimal results, always make sure that the wheel is cool and clean. For optimal results, make sure that the wheel is cool before applying the wheel cleaner. Rinse the wheel first, and then rinse the tire as well with fresh water before application. This will remove excess loose dust. I honestly don't like to do that, guys. I like to just spray it right on the surface. A pre-rinsed wheel tends to slightly dilute whatever you put on top of it. But we're going to do exactly what it says to do. The first one did not want us to do that. This does want us to rinse it first, any of the loose stuff. Once the wheel and tires are wet and cool to the touch, spray on one wheel at a time. Spray the entire wheel and tire surface liberally and let it dwell for 1 to 2 minutes. So the other one was about 30 seconds or so, 60 seconds tops. This is 1 to 2 minutes. Use a wheel brush to agitate the wheel or the tire and then rinse thoroughly. So let's give it a shot. Okay, I'm trying to see if both sides of this tip are different. Does one give you a foam and one not? Let's see here. All right, so that just gives you a stream. And apparently this one gives you the foam? A little bit. So it's not a dry, thick foam. It's just kind of sudsy more than anything else. All right, well, we're going to get the tire as well. Cover it completely and liberally. And now we just let it dwell for a minute or two. Let's come in a little bit closer and see. The other one, the wheel did not turn maroon or magenta, and that would indicate the exothermal chemical reaction that a lot of these iron removers have within their formula. So these first two wheel cleaners here on the front wheels do not have that, but I tell you, the other side didn't need it because it broke that stuff down. It was bubbling. Well, let's just wait the full 2 minutes and we'll come back and agitate with a wheel brush and also a tire brush. All right, it's had, well, by the time I got back to the wheel, it's definitely had over 2 minutes. Let's just use this little brush and get the tire done first. Well, it's a pretty good sign that I could see all of this browning stuff is coming loose from the agitation from the brush. The bristles on this brush aren't very stiff. So this will be a pretty good test on the rubber. See if the tire turns out to look like a nice new rubber tire. These are the snow grippers from Michelin, $275 a piece, $275 a piece. They are salty and I can't wait to see how they work in the wintertime. Now, we'll get just the same detailing brush we used on the other wheel on the other side. And we'll agitate. I can already tell you, this wheel cleaner is not as strong as the other one was. I did not see the surface bubbling. And the pitted areas that the other wheel cleaner, the first one, got clean, this one doesn't seem to be. And I'm only doing this, I'm only going over these wheels once with each cleaner, and I'm going to let it be. I'm not going to finish this wheel off and make it look perfectly clean like the other side. I'm going to stop and let, whatever one round does to these wheels, that's how they're going to stay until the end of the series. And then at the end of the series, I'll take the strongest cleaner, probably, well, I don't know yet, and then I'll go over all the wheels and just make them all uniform clean. But yeah, this is the same brush we used last time. And I'm sure it's going to look better, but not as clean as the other side. Now we rinse thoroughly. As you can see, a lot of garbage is rinsing off, so it is doing some decent work. And again, the water is turned off. Sorry about that, guys. The boys are being responsible turning the water off, but I need the water on for these tests. Okay, so we need to wait for this to dry because I like to look at the rubber along with the wheel, and I'll be able to see if that browning returns or if this dries looking like a very clean, new, brand new tire like it should. So let's let it go for about 10 minutes or so and we'll come back. I do want to show you the wheel before we take a little bit of a break. See how those areas in there? The face of the wheel came out nice. That's clean. But in between the spokes, it could not do the same work that Kemi did, cleaning out those pitted areas. All right, well, let's let it dry and then we'll come back and take a look at the rubber. All right, the wheel and tire, they are now dry. The tire looks a little bit better. I was hoping for a new tire look. Is it any cleaner than the back one here? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit cleaner. So this wheel cleaner is formulated for a vehicle that's well taken care of, where there's no baked-on brake dust, and it is formulated to be safe on just about all wheels except for polished aluminum. So there is some give and take when you make it safe for all wheels and rubber and tires. There's going to be a little bit of takeaway from the strength. So on a well-maintained car or to use for maintenance cleanings, this stuff would be perfectly fine. All right, guys, 2 wheels down, 2 wheel cleaners down in the books. We had one that did very well, one that was a little bit of a letdown, but again, there's some give and take. When you make it safe for everything, the strength is going to be kicked back, and for maintenances and vehicles that are taken care of, this would work perfectly fine. We have 2 more wheels to go. We have 2 more wheel cleaners that have not been on the channel yet. I'm anxious to see how they do. Will any of them, let me know down in the comments section, will any of them put up a fight against the Kemi alkaline wheel cleaner? Let me know. This has been Brian from Apex Auction Car Reconditioning. Guys, again, I have to say this because the YouTube algorithm changes often, but as of right now, if you want to stay in contact with your channel and get notified when we have fresh content, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Then the algorithm knows you want to stay connected with your channel, and that's the best way to connect. And you can also share the content with groups and forums, help the channel grow. If the channel grows, the content the quality of the content and the equipment and everything else around it and surrounding this channel can grow with it. Brian from Apex Auction Car Reconditioning. Catch you in the next video.